What's up, guys? Sean here from Srkcycles.com, and we're doing another test drive video for... Oh, I lost it. Do you have it? I lost my words of wisdom sticky note. You know what? Lindsay put it on there, and she just doesn't know what she's doing when it comes to putting sticky notes on things. Alright, guys, words of wisdom. If a rock, no. Words of wisdom, Ephesians 5:14. Therefore it says, awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Ponder that one. Now, just so you know, I mean, I'm throwing out like little Bible verses, little tiny chunks of wisdom of God's word, you know. If you guys like this stuff, you got to dig into a little more. You know, it doesn't make. It's like reading a motorcycle manual. It's like taking one little snippet from a motorcycle manual that says, "And remove your fill cap," and then thinking that's all it meant. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, remove your fill cap. You know, it's more than that. You got to look at the Bible in context. But let's get back to the test drive. 2009 Harley Davidson Road King Classic. Check it out. First of all, I love these grips. I'm gonna put these grips on my Road King. On my car. Yeah, I love these grips. This is a 2009, so this is rocking the you notice the bigger back tire. The bigger back tire, which a lot of guys like the looks of, but the police guys that really put these bikes to the task, and they handle, maneuver them like crazy, they actually didn't like them as much because the wider back tire for the real tight maneuvering was a little bit tougher, a little harder to get used to. But for everybody else, everyone else liked it because that's kind of the style these days. Bigger back tire, a little more meat on the ground. Another thing, like I said, throttle by wire, which is cool. You notice there's only 2 cables here. It's a lot cleaner. You got your brake, you got your clutch cable. In 2009, they were rocking throttle by wire. And you know what? Harley did something interesting. This is just I might be wrong about this, but my impression was that Harley didn't mention it, that they were doing throttle by wire. I heard nothing about it, that they were doing throttle by wire. And I think they did that purposefully, because a lot of people might be like, whoa, throttle by wire, that's a little, that's some of that voodoo stuff. You know, I don't want someone hacking into my Harley Davidson throttle and making it do crazy things. Ford's been doing throttle by wire for a long time, since like the early 2000s. So it's one of those things that like they kind of implement it, and then after it's been out for a little while, then they start telling people, and they're like, oh yeah, you've been doing throttle by wire for 10 years. We've had no issues with it. Because I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of when you're used to a mechanical wire controlling your throttle your whole life, making it by wire is a little bit like, whoa, what is that gonna work, you know? But it does work. It works great. It works awesome. It's got amazing throttle response. I love the way these bars fit. They look good. They're perfect. They're perfect. My hands are right in line with my shoulders. This feels great. Now this is a 2009, so that's rocking the 96 cubic inch motor. What a great bike. And this bike also has cruise control. This is a fun bike to ride. I do like these handlebars. I don't know if I like these better than I like the wide beach bars that are low, but I do enjoy this. This bike's got 33,000 miles on it, which is nothing. You guys know that. The funny thing about Harley Davidson, and I personally own a Harley Davidson. I like Harley Davidson, but depending on who you talk to, some guys are like, oh, I like Harley because it's got the rumble. You know, it's all about that rumble. That's a Harley. But then Harley keeps on getting smoother and smoother and smoother. The 88 was smoother than the Evo. The 96 was smoother than the 88 twin cam. The 103 was smoother than the 96, taking a right. And then the Milwaukee 8, which I've never ridden. I don't know I've never ridden one, but I hear it's so smooth. I hear it's just amazing. So, you know, at a certain point, I mean, this bike is actually really smooth. I mean, you're always going to have rumble of a V-twin, but the acceleration and pulling away is actually smoother than the Ducatis are. Like when you're pulling away at low RPMs on a Ducati, you feel that pop pop. You know, you really feel that V-twin, but this is actually smoother than the Ducati is. So Harley's going to keep on getting smoother. Eventually, you Harley people are going to have to just be like, all right, only the old Harleys vibrate a lot. I like a smooth bike also. Now, a V-twin will probably never be as smooth as a, you know, as a larger motor, like an inline 4. Anytime you have more cylinders, the smoother it's going to be. That's why companies like Alpina take BMWs and take out a V8 and they throw a V12. That has less power than the V8 that they took out, because it's smooth. Smoother is refined. Everybody's chasing that smooth. Oh, that's all I gotta say. Everyone's chasing that smooth. Man, I love this bike. Caleb, how cool would I look on this bike? Man. And I like where they got these pegs. They're nice and hot. I don't like that they're turned in. Yeah, I don't like them low, because then you drag them when you get low. Check this out. Just kick back like this. This is like, I don't gotta go anywhere. You know what I mean? I just got injured on the job, but I'm not too injured to ride my Harley. And they just paid me $10,000 for my cracked spine and vertebrae. So I bought me a Harley. This is the kind of comfort that would bring. Maybe I should put bars like this on my bike. I don't know. I like this look. It would also be cool if all the chrome was black. That'd be cool too. That's a popular thing, but I like chrome too. The bike's got great power. It just feels exactly as it should. And you know, and 33,000 miles is low miles for this bike. That's nothing. I just saw the sign on that bike, that Roadstar. No, that Raider or whatever it was, and it was 3,900 bucks. That guy's returning. That guy's probably going to sell that bike from one of our subscribers or one of our viewers from watching this video. They'll be like, yo, that's the bike I want. Alright, this is the part of the video where I smoke Caleb on a bike that's way bigger than his. Yeah. Really is a smooth riding bike. This 96 is a whole lot smoother than my 88. The Road King I have is an 88. And the reason I love the Road King is just you and the bike. There's not tons of gauges to look at. There's one gauge at your fuel gauge. Well, I guess the speedometer is a gauge. There's 2 gauges, that's it. There's 3 gauges, and that gauge is your happy gauge. And the more you twist that throttle, the happier that gauge goes up. It's actually in proportionate with your RPMs, actually. It's simple. Another thing is with these full fairing bikes, alright, look at all this. All this that I'm seeing right here, you don't see on a full fairing bike. All this is covered up with fairing, so you see like that and up. I want to see more road. I want to see all the road I can see. The more road I'm seeing, I mean, if I could ride a bike and not see any of this, if this is all like invisible, I'd feel like I'm flying. The more fairing and stuff you see, it's like you're driving a car, you know? I just want to see handlebars and the road. There's no radio. When I have a radio, I spend all my time trying to find that sick Miley Cyrus song. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, yeah, it's my jam. I'm joking. I don't listen to Miley Cyrus. I do listen to Taylor Swift, though. Always trying to find that sick Taylor Swift jam. But guys, it's such a fun bike. Did that girl lose her dog? No, it's not a dog leash. All right. All right, guys, that wraps up the test drive of a 2009 Harley-Davidson Road King. It's a very unique paint scheme. I don't think I've ever seen one like it. I love that pearl white. Love me some pearl white. And what's the other color? Cream? Love me some cream. All right, guys, that wraps it up. This is Sean from Srkcycles. Remember, it's not what you're riding, but where you're going.